Today at home with Mama Sue, I am going to be sewing a little something, and I thought I would bring you along and show you what I'm doing. I am so excited that Mimi from Mimi's Recipes is coming to Alabama, and she and KK, her girls, are coming, and we're going to do some business together, but we're going to just enjoy the company. That lady blesses me so much. If you're not following her, you need to find her. It's Mimi's Recipe, M-E-M-E, Mimi's Recipes. She cooks like I do. She's from South Carolina. She has 2 cookbooks. I have both of them. And she gives you some words of wisdom too. But she always ends with, shine like Jesus. And I think y'all know that I used to make pillows. I would embroider little sayings that people would have, and I really didn't make any money because it takes time, but I can't sit and do nothing, so I would be stitching. But now that I have Home with Mama Sue and Mama Sue's Southern Kitchen, I really don't have time to do very much stitching. But when I found out they were coming, I thought I have to do her a pillow that says, shine for Jesus. Well, what I do is I stitch that first. I write it on a piece of, I use muslin fabric. And then I go with black embroidery thread and embroider it. And I have some old quilt tops that are worn, and I just wish I knew where all they came from. I would find them at estate sales and places like that. And, you know, there's holes in some of them, but I chose this because she lives close to Clemson. You know, their colors, they have this orange color in it, and I thought, I'm going to do that. And the back of it is just a chenille bedspread. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to stitch around this, and then I'm going to stuff it. And then I will show you the finished product. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start stitching. What I do, I leave an opening so far that I can put my polyfill in there. But this is, you know, it's just more like a hobby of mine. And I'm not going to talk while I'm sewing right now because you might not can hear me. But I'm going to come to this end, and then I'm going to turn it and go up. I stitched all the way around except for this opening right here. And now I have a pillow that I had bought these to use to maybe cover them. But I have quite a few, so now when I'm making these pillows, I just use it to fill. And I just start stuffing this polyfill in. It's not hard. It's just time consuming. And these pillows are, like I said, they're from Vintage Quilts. I have some quilts that I've used that they're so thick, it's hard to sew through them, because they, the batting that was used in those quilts was just plain cotton. And I'm telling you, anything. And I have seen where some had used like some blue jean material, denim. Back then, people used whatever they had. And you know, I think we need to get a lesson from that. You know, I've told you, if you are cooking something and it calls for cream of mushroom soup and you don't have it, but you have cream of chicken or cream of celery or something like that, use what you have. I think that is a great lesson. There may come a time, I hope not, because I don't think we're as tough as our grandparents were and all, and I don't even think my grandchildren are as tough as their grandparents are. You know, my mother lived through the Depression, and they didn't have anything then. But my mother was blessed that they lived on a farm. And, you know, they had their food that they raised, and their hogs and chickens and cows and all that. But I really don't know what people would do today. I hope we never have to find out. Okay, I have that where I think it is as thick as it needs to be. Remember, this is just to sit somewhere on a little accent chair or something. You're not going to want to use it to sleep with or anything. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to take my pins and I'm going to close it up with the pins and then put it back on my sewing machine and stitch that. It's probably a 4 to 6 inch opening that I had left, and this part will be finished. Let me do that. This may be the hardest part, is just getting this after it's been stuffed. You just kind of have to take it slow. Take that pin out. Wow. Okay. Okay. We've got that stitched. Trim the thread. On this end, and you know, because it's the raw edges of the quilt and all, you're going to have some strings, but that's the pillow. Shine for Jesus. I'm going to put this in a little bag and fix it up for Mimi, and I just wanted to let her know how much I love her and how I'm so tickled when they are coming to Alabama again. They came to our little conference that we had last fall, and I met so many wonderful people. They'll be friends for life. So this is what's happening at home with Mama Sue this morning. I'll be back with more things.